All right, we shall get started. No Michelle this evening. Let's see, I'll call the Bristol Selectboard meeting to order for June 22nd, 2026. Item 2, approval of agenda. Anything additional for the agenda this evening? No. All right. Item 3, public forum, 5 minutes per person for any non-agenda related item. Anybody there? Anybody online? Feel free to put it in the chat if you wish to speak or raise your hand. All right, moving on. Item 4, consent agenda. 4A, approval of past meeting minutes from June 8th. 4B, approval of check warrant. 4C, special event street use closure permit for Green Mountain Stage Race.
Motion to accept the consent agenda.
Second.
Thank you. Okay, motion second. Any questions about the consent agenda this evening?
Just a stage race will have they've been doing it for years, they'll have their meet with Bruce and
Yeah.
And Gary's on.
they'll meet with Bruce and get our insurance.
Hi Gary, good evening.
Hi.
You're all set with your insurance and meeting with the police department?
I will reach out. I'm sorry, I was going to start my video, but it looks like it won't work. I'll reach out to the chief. I did send the insurance certificate at the time I sent the paperwork. I don't know. Did you not receive it?
We have that. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Excellent, thank you. Any other questions for the consent agenda? Hearing none?
Are there any liquor or tobacco licenses?
Oh, and let's read the warrant if you could.
$295,317.68.
Thank you. All right, any further questions? Hearing none, all those in favor to approve the consent agenda say aye.
All right.
Aye.
All those against, aye. All those against, nay. Motion carries. Excellent. Thanks, Gary. Oh, Jessica's here. Let's let her join. Current co-host. Good morning, Jessica.
Good morning.
No, it's good evening to us.
We've already started, we've gone through the consent agenda. We're now on item 5, regular business.
Oh, great.
5A, Lawrence Memorial Library PCB abatement, bid award selection. Greg.
Alright, so we had 2 bids for the asbestos and PCB abatement of Lawrence Memorial for our project. I outlined them here in your bid analysis documents. One of them was One Source and the second one was Alloy Advantage. One Source is out of New Hampshire, and you'll see that Alloy's out of Pennsylvania, but operates in Massachusetts and other New England towns. There's a pretty large gap in between what the actual scope and costs are. The asbestos cleanup is contracted to Silver Maple, and the PCB is contracted to us. One thing to note on for both One Source and Alloy, the PCB remediation contract does not include the bin that goes outside, and that'll be about a $31,000 estimated additional cost. So you'll see that Alloy's at 57 and One Source is 78. The scopes are the exact same as they were written by Kyle and who's the project manager on this. So they're ready. Alloy's ready to go next Monday, pending your signature tonight. And we're looking at 8-week turnaround with a 1 week in between, so that library staff can go in and move items. So we're running up on the clock on this. We got time to finish though. Big thing is that the project has to be completed by end of year so that we can get our reimbursements in line.
So the single company will do both.
Yeah.
Is there a one before the other, like asbestos before PCB?
They're gonna
Or
do
they'll-
asbestos first,
Okay,
and then PCB comes in right after.
okay.
It's $30,000 for a dumpster to be there?
That was my initial
It's gotta be
estimate.
lined.
But, I mean,
Sealed.
it's up to us to,
Yeah.
the big thing is that it has to fit within the requirements set forth by the state and the
Yeah,
EPA.
oh yeah, absolutely.
So, 29,000 is what I ended in here.
You haven't gotten a price from them though, that's what you're budgeting.
I will tonight after you guys sign, yeah.
Okay.
And
The
So do
original,
both of those costs incur that $30,000 upcharge?
well, asbestos isn't, you mean both bids?
Both bids,
Yes,
yes? Okay. So they're still apples to apples then?
Yeah,
Your recommendation is go with Ally?
yes, sir.
I make a motion we go with Ally.
I'll second that.
Okay, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Jessica, do you have any questions?
Nope, I just wish we didn't have to do it, but since that isn't an option, let's move forward.
It was something we're always gonna have to do once we got
Yes.
on there and did any remodeling work, so.
Yeah.
Glad to have known about it now, and, you know, I have had a direct link conversation with Department of US Libraries. Because a lot of this money is in federal buckets, there is some projects that won't finish on time, from our cohort of awardees, and they're aware that we have an additional cost that we weren't necessarily budgeted for, so they have taken that in mind, and we obviously wouldn't know if we would get any additional contingency funding until probably November, but sounds like we've done our due diligence, and their biggest thing was that they wanted the assurance that we were gonna finish the project on time, and given
Even
that
with
we
this
are.
delay, we will.
Yeah, yes, sir, we will. Even with the delay, we'll still be on time. So, and I mean, work is concurrently happening.
Outside.
Yep. So there's things that we can do to help cut some of that time.
Yeah, and the work, they've done a good amount of work before it was paused, which is beneficial to us.
Yeah.
Thank goodness. Jessica?
No, I was just saying that that all sounds good.
Great.
And that whole asbestos cost is not ours, is it? Some of that's gonna be borne by,
At least half. There's things in there that we were gonna find anyway. Regardless, the thing that Silver Maple is, and why that contract is awarded as a contractee to them primarily is, there were actions that they took that made them responsible for certain things, and so they were being good business partners and covering those for us.
gotcha.
Yeah. Any further discussion on
Just, why is there two different prices here on the dumpster? You use the lower, the higher one just in case, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
And the contract is right there.
Think you'd say it
Yep.
with a chair.
All right, any further discussion? All right, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor to approve?
Do we wanna designate as, the administrator as a signee?
Yes.
Or add that to my
Add that
motion?
to your motion.
I'll second that.
Okay.
Now we're ready, sorry.
No, that's totally fine. That's good.
I mean, given on the original estimates of where we thought we were gonna
Yeah.
be at,
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, I was pleasantly surprised when I got your email.
Yeah. Okay, we have a motion and a second. All those in favor to approve Alloy as the accepted bid award for the library PCB, say aye.
Aye.
All those against? Motion carries. Excellent. Thank you. Okay, 5B. This is an update for our policies that we're working through. The board has the updated conflict of interest policy. This has changes made from the last meeting with sort of red line so you can see it in the document. We obviously, that includes the changes that we talked about in the meeting. We also had feedback from the fire department chief, Brett LaRose, in terms of some of the language in it as it pertains to the fire department. So his changes are in there as well that you'll see. This is just sort of a second reading of this. If anyone has any additional questions or comments, let them be heard now. Once this draft is updated, if there are comments, then it'll move and go to legal for the final check, and then will be presented at the next meeting in 2 weeks' time. Or, yeah, I think it's 2 weeks. So I didn't know if anyone had any comments on what was happened.
I know.
Just the update from the last version that we had.
I know Michelle had a number of questions last time. And
Correct, and those-
she's got that money for that. She can.
Yep, and those were
defer to her
addressed.
a lot. For
Yeah.
that. Has she weighed in on any more of the?
She has
second
not.
reading?
She had been away, so
Right.
I sent her it earlier than sending it out a few days ago to the rest of the board. So she has that, but I think again we could wait, just get comments internally, and then be able to send it to legal for the final pass in 2 weeks. And if it's something where we need to do more time on that, I mean obviously we want to work through these at speed to be able to get them approved, because it does take 3 meetings. If we do need more time, we can always do that, but I think most of her questions were addressed and updated, and then legal were the other parts of her questions that she had. But the summary changes, the document is on the website, so for anyone out there, the public who wants to read it, it's there and available in the new version. Any questions or discussion on that one?
No.
Okay.
I don't have any as this time.
All right, let's move on. 5C, I should have mentioned the top of the meeting. We decided the procurement, that's still being worked on, just the details of that. So we will push that to the next meeting. I should have said that at the time.
Well, you didn't have to take it off, you still covered it.
That's true. Yeah.
I just haven't had time to get into some of that language yet.
Yeah.
I'll get to it this week.
Yeah, most of the details in that one was a legal look at anyway.
Yeah.
So once we send that to legal and get a review, that'll be on the way. 5D, Select Board Roundtable. This is going to be a quick meeting. Joel, anything for this evening?
Just when Jessica gets back into the States and at a meeting and around the table and Michelle, could we, it doesn't have to be the next meeting, sometime before September, could we have kind of a synopsis where we are with the revolving loan fund?
Sure.
Who owes us and who hasn't paid, who has been good stewards in paying us?
Sure. I can have
I
that.
just thought we'd push. We haven't heard anything
Well,
for quite some time.
We'll do it in the beginning of the next fiscal year in July.
Okay,
So, yeah.
that'd be good.
Yes, sir.
That's all I have.
No problem.
Jessica, do you have anything?
I just had a question about the Rocky Dale speeding enforcement. I was just curious as to what that was, or will we talk about that in another meeting?
That was just correspondence I had with a nice lady, and I connected her with Bruce, as well as the sheriff in the area. There's just a high amount of speed over there by her property, and she asked if we would look into it.
And VSP was notified as well.
Yeah.
No? Good.
Okay, so but the police will take care of it, like the select board doesn't need to do anything further?
I was just communicating out correspondence, that's all.
Okay, great, thanks.
He's just letting us know he's doing something.
Yeah.
No, I like the brief or whatever it's being called, I like it.
Anything else, Jessica?
No, I think that's it.
Okay. Peter?
I do have one question, and maybe I'm out of line, maybe I'm not, but I would like to know who Michael is, He's been at a couple meetings, and I'm curious.
Well, let me unmute. Michael, are you there?
He's still muted.
Oh, I see. Let's see. It's just listening.
Just listening.
Okay.
I'm just curious. I mean, not that it matters. Anybody's welcome to join. I
Yeah,
just,
of course.
Actually, Ian, I do have one more thing.
Sure.
We've talked about it for a number of times, and I drove up there this weekend, and the bridge, the second twin bridge and the rail. Could we, I couldn't see a car come in.
Oh, for that intersection.
Yeah,
for-
it was
for
a small
Lincoln.
car, and I was,
Okay.
I thought maybe we could ask the engineers and someone, I thought if we cut that rail down to the middle, on that riverside, upper riverside, or would be the south side of the bridge, or the right side going north, you could see that car coming out of there. Before somebody else gets hurt, we've talked about it for a number of times, and we keep saying, well, the state won't let us do it, but maybe we ought to at least send a formal letter to AOT.
Right.
Is this the stop sign?
No,
it's
the sign.
just the line of sight.
Yeah.
Say,
It's at the intersection of 116 and Lincoln Road. So we've done studies. We have not a scoping study, but a traffic study or a safety study of that area. And there was a reconfiguration of the road suggested, which was millions of dollars. There was also using some technology to be able to warn someone at that stop sign that cars were coming from east and west. And then we've always had the discussion about could the bridge be adjusted, but we've never actually officially talked to the state about it to see if it was possible.
I know when we met up there after they got done, and the reason I've said it before, the reason that they hit fissures in the ledge and they had to extend the
it's
bridge,
60 feet longer than engineered.
which extended the curb so it's beyond where they could see, which they didn't take into consideration when they just extended it. And we met with them up there right after it was done, and they moved the stop bar all the way out to the white line as opposed to being back by the stop sign. And if you stay way to the right and come way out to the stop bar with your nose right on the white line, you can see, but not everybody knows that, and yeah, it's a dangerous intersection.
Okay.
We can look into it again.
Yeah, some of the options there was moving the road, which is considerable cost. The one that the last that I remember that we were looking at was, as Peter suggested, sort of shifting over to the right, the stop sign, and so it would just be further over so you could get a little bit further out safely and avoid that bridge. That would be the least expensive option. Talking to the state will probably be difficult because it's just to change the entire bridge, but I think it's worth a discussion. It'd be nice to get that finalized, because it is, I've seen,
And we could say to the board,
every one of
we've
us
done
has
our
probably
due
seen near misses at that intersection, so it would be really nice to actually fix it with something that makes it slightly safer.
And speaking of near misses, I like the flashing stop sign at Brewery and Moncton Road.
Yeah, it's not always.
I think we should spend a little more, they make some better ones, I've seen them in the main area that really, on the interstates, that
Yeah,
really,
so you're just aware of that.
both sides,
Okay.
but I do like that.
Yeah, if you don't have the study that was done, I can dig it up. It was a number of years ago, and there was a bunch of different options.
That's when the select board in Lincoln came to us, right, when one of them got real seriously hurt.
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay, that's those two,
All
I'm
right.
sorry.
Anything else, Peter?
Oh, I'm good.
Okay, I don't have anything. Moving on. 5E, Town Administrator's Report. Correct?
You do Jessica?
I did.
Let's see. With our construction projects going, we've had a bunch of cash flow going out this month, but reimbursements coming in. We had about 441,000 in construction invoices going out, we had 331 coming back in for reimbursement.
Do you mean when you say construction, the two projects, not the water?
Three.
Or three?
LML.
The water line project?
There you go.
Okay, not the construction here and up the water.
Yep, but our loans are all closed on the construction with the state, so we're good to start reimbursement on that. We have about 95,000 in half a mobilization costs and some other factors that we can go ahead and start reimbursing. And then when we move into July, we're gonna start seeing a large materials bump up, which is why we did the bond anticipation note. That way our general fund or our cash flow isn't hit, because we're gonna have probably about $600,000 bill come in July. So on the July 6th or 13th meeting, or it'll be ready by the 6th, I'll have the documents for the bond anticipation note, so it'll free up that cash flow for us.
So you're gonna do a special meeting?
Or we could do it on the 13th, it's fine.
Oh, I asked a question, I didn't know.
Yeah, either one.
If you're doing a special meeting or not.
When we get closer in there, we'll see how 4th of July wears on
The
us.
6th isn't the second meeting.
Right. Let's see. Town plan. Our town plan update is underway with Du Bois and King. We had a kickoff event for it held on June 6th with the Planning Commission. The project is moving along quickly and the advisory boards are being convened. There'll be meaningful opportunities for public input this fall, and I encourage all residents to take part because all that feedback goes towards designing what the future looks like. Dylan at the Hub has wrapped up the first phase of the skate park renovations. I'm not sure what you call them, but the thing they do the tricks on. It was strongly attended and helped by the community volunteers. So thank you all who came out and helped get that taken care of. Stormwater work on Mountain Street is complete, so I'll line that up here with a study result and possibly get them in to do a presentation. Landfill solar permitting are both going through, and then we got notified that the sampling on the landfill will only need to be conducted once a year moving
So
forward.
they did get it?
Yes.
I did see that.
Yeah, I put in for a change in that, and they reviewed it, and they're like, yeah, we're good. So that'll save us a little bit of money and administration oversight. Got the bid taken care of. Munson on the West project, finished up Elm, Taylor, and down Maple. They have probably a little bit more cleanup work to do down there. And we're kind of just waiting on some BABA certifications to keep that rolling. Holly Hall's doing well. I don't know if you guys had a chance to go up there lately, but it looks a lot different. We had an initial blower test done and we got 30% air leakage reduction. So that'll keep us in line with our Vermont rebates. And LML, as we talked about earlier, is doing real well.
Is there a I know how you do the air filtration, and we've had them done in our bed. Is there possible to, when they do a final one, is to, for a better term, tape up the plastic around the windows and then do it and say, so we could future plan and say, if the windows were newer and tighter, you might drop your 30 down to 40 or 50.
Yeah, I could talk to them about that. They did special, we've added a bunch of stuff into.
I know with the gun, you can see the black coming in.
We did the heat thermal and all that.
Yeah, you can see that coming
and
in.
I had them address all the findings that we had in related to that. Plus we put in moisture detection sensors in certain key parts. So, but I can follow.
I know that's one of the thoughts you guys thought when we raised the budget about replacing windows in this building, but I thought there was more down here.
We're pretty tight. It'll have to be a next go around. But yeah,
And there'll be storm windows that will encapsulate all the windows upstairs.
Oh, okay.
And the idea,
That might be, after that, then put the storms on,
Correct.
do another last test. See,
and they'll be there year round. The idea is once the system is balanced and running properly, as it should, then you don't really. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. But we did get storms that are operable, and the windows themselves will be brought back to be operable just in case. But the idea is that if everything works out, which it should, You won't need to do that because it's gonna be lovely inside all the time. So the storms will help a lot in terms
Yeah,
of that.
okay.
Yeah.
That could be.
I'm having them look at the dormer window right now, as well as the balcony. We got huge water runoff issues there. So if I can fit it into the scope and parts of material, we might be able to save some there. So I'm getting a budget in line for that. But like the dormer window, which is very large, it's a lot of that stuff on that side over there is rotting. So anything I can include in there to save us time. I'm also getting a comprehensive list of future things that need to be addressed as well. So when we get all that back, I'll present that to you and we can start building a.
But the storms are part of the project that we're doing.
Correct.
now.
Yeah.
So after those go on, if you do a last reading, you might say, we went
Yes.
from 30 down.
Should be greatly improved.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. We'll have, obviously, it's almost 3 walls, 3 of the building, but then this end will not be changed. That's not part of the project because of the complication with the half-round window.
Yeah.
And so that's one wall that won't have insulation in it, but the fact that we'll have 3 walls that will be fully insulated, and really well insulated, it'll change the balance of the whole building a lot too, so.
Yeah, we strapped that wall on that side.
Yeah. Anything else for you?
That's it. Just thanks to all the staff for all they do. Everyone's doing a good job.
You mentioned the Mountain Street stormwater. Any thought, are we still going to do the Russell Avenue that we've been talking about from kind of where the police go in
I
there?
haven't even looked into that. I'll present the study and what their findings, and we can kind of come together as a team and figure out where.
Well, Munsell, Eric was gonna do, while the water line project was going on. And he was supposedly, I thought he was supposed to get prices and get the structures ordered, so he had them, and even if he didn't tie them together, get the structures in the ground so that they had time to
That was
settle.
the start.
catch
The
basin?
bigger machine could set the structures in there.
Was it all catch basins? Is that what?
Yeah, well, they're catch basins and then they'll tie in down by Thad's into the,
Oh, yes.
West Street project. The old West
I
Street.
think there was 3,
I believe there.
I think it was,
One between the telephone company and the corner house
Yeah.
there, the old Tucker
Yeah.
place, and then you just the other side of the intersection to the south
well, I think
side.
there was one each side of the intersection and then one up by the phone building.
Yeah,
I don't know exactly what he had planned.
We talked about it and then it was paused because we knew we were waiting for the water project.
Right.
And figuring out when that was gonna happen and then when the actual street was gonna happen.
But I knew he was getting, we talked about getting, prices and getting the stuff ordered, so.
and any, speaker was saying, even if the 3 structures were set, the water would go in there and
Yeah,
it ain't gonna travel down a pipe yet, cause you didn't hook it up, but some of it will go into this gravel soil,
yeah,
will help out.
okay. All right. Moving on, 6 other business, correspondence, reports, and communications received. Anything?
Nothing outside of what I've already sent you.
Okay. All right. Item 7, executive session. We do have one this evening. Shall I make that motion?
Do it.
Okay, I move that the board enter executive session under section 1 VSA, section 313A1 to discuss
Good night.
contracts.
Night.
Good night. And that town administrator Gregory Faust join us.
Second.
Motion a second. For the discussion, hearing none. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those against nay. Motion carried. Now in executive session. Okay, Jessica,
You gotta
stay
do
with
some,
us.
you gotta do some booting there.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. So, not recording.
And stop recording.
Yeah. It's me, and then some buttons, stop the recording.